A human battleship was scanned, and they wished they had. The human ship Odyssey drifted through the dark void of the Nareth system, a thin thread of light against endless blackness. Captain Alara Miles sat in the command chair, her eyes fixed on the blinking star charts projected before her. Around her, the crew moved quietly, each absorbed in their tasks. Humans had been exiled from the Galactic Council decades ago, labeled dangerous and unpredictable. They were considered outcasts, forced to survive at the edges of known space. But humans were nothing if not resilient. Despite the odds, they had survived and even thrived in worlds that other species deemed uninhabitable. What the galaxy had underestimated was the one thing that made humans unique, their ability to adapt, to turn hardship into opportunity. Alara ran her hand over the smooth control panel. "Status report," she said. Lieutenant Kieran Torres, her second-in-command, glanced up from the navigation console. "All systems nominal, Captain. We're approaching the new settlement zone near the asteroid belt. Terraforming drones are prepped. Energy reserves at 75%. Life support stable." Alara nodded. She had learned long ago that relying on machines alone wasn't enough. Humans had built their colonies not just with technology, but with creativity and determination. Every settlement was a testament to their ability to survive where no one else dared to try. The Odyssey passed through the asteroid field, dodging chunks of rock and ice that glimmered faintly in the starlight. Below, the human colony of Ardent Prime stretched across a barren planet, its domed habitats connected by shining tunnels. Dust storms swept over the planet's surface, but inside the domes, humans worked, learned, and dreamed. Alara's mind wandered as she looked down at the colony. She remembered the first days after the exile. Humans had been driven from their home systems by the Council's decree. Most alien species had feared them, misunderstanding human unpredictability as aggression. Ships had chased them, starports had barred their entry, and they had been forced to flee into the unknown. Yet, humans had survived. They had learned to farm in low-gravity fields, extract water from ice, and harness energy from the harsh sun. They had invented new ways to communicate, to travel faster through space, and to defend themselves against creatures that prowled uncharted systems. Outcasts, yes, but never weak. A soft ping drew Alara's attention. The ship's sensors had detected something unusual near the planet's southern hemisphere. "Kieran," she said, "scan that anomaly, full spectral analysis. I want to know what we're dealing with." Torres tapped at the controls. The screen lit up with swirling colors. "It's hard to identify, not any known mineral composition, and the energy signature is weak but unusual. It almost feels artificial." Alara's pulse quickened. Artificial energy signatures in abandoned space were rare, often dangerous, but sometimes invaluable. "Prepare a drone." "I want a close scan. And Kieran, keep it quiet. The Council wouldn't approve of us investigating." The humans had learned to move in the shadows. They operated in secret, quietly building their settlements, networks, and fleets, all while the galaxy assumed they were struggling to survive. It was a dangerous game, but it was their only path to survival. The drone launched from the Odyssey, a small, sleek craft equipped with sensors and cameras. It glided silently through the thin atmosphere, its lights reflecting off jagged cliffs and frozen lakes. The human crew watched anxiously as the drone transmitted images back to the ship. There, embedded in a crater, was a structure unlike anything humans had seen before. It was tall, angular, and metallic, with glowing lines running across its surface. It pulsed faintly, almost like it had a heartbeat. Alara leaned forward, her eyes wide. "This isn't just technology. This is ancient, alien technology, possibly thousands of years old. If we can unlock it," her voice trailed off. Torres shook his head. "The Council would have killed for this, and we're just outcasts." Alara's jaw tightened. That's exactly why they won't find it. This belongs to us now. Humanity may be outcast, but we are not powerless. As the days passed, teams of engineers and scientists descended to the crater. Humans worked tirelessly, using a combination of intuition, logic, and improvisation. They probed the alien structure, deciphered symbols, and traced energy flows. Slowly, patterns began to emerge. The structure was a power source, ancient but functional. It seemed designed to manipulate gravitational fields, perhaps even warp space itself. Alara realized the potential immediately. "If we can understand this," she said to the lead engineer, Dr. Hanave, "we can reach places no one else can. We can build faster ships, secret colonies, an entire network invisible to the galaxy." Hana nodded, her eyes shining with excitement. "It's risky. We don't know if it's stable or if there's a trap. But it's a chance to change everything for us." Alara smiled grimly. Humans thrived on risk. It was in their nature to push boundaries, to explore the impossible. And now, the impossible was within their grasp. Weeks turned into months as the humans worked. Terraforming drones created new landing zones. Habitats were expanded, and research stations were set up around the alien structure. The colony grew quietly but steadily, hidden from prying sensors of the Galactic Council. During this time, the human crew also faced challenges from the planet itself. Dust storms shredded unprotected equipment, sub-zero nights threatened life support, and strange creatures lurking in caves tested their defenses. But humans were not easily defeated. They improvised, learned, and adapted. Every challenge only strengthened their resolve. Alara spent long nights walking through the colony, observing her people. Children played under protective domes, laughing despite the harsh world outside. Scientists argued passionately over equations and energy readings. Engineers raced to repair drones damaged by storms. And soldiers trained quietly, prepared to defend their new home against any threat. One evening, as the twin suns of Ardent Prime set, casting red and gold across the domes, Alara stood on a ridge overlooking the colony. "We may be abandoned," she said softly, almost to herself, "but we are not defeated. Humanity was never meant to stay in the shadows. One day, the galaxy will remember us." Her words were more than hope, they were a promise. The humans were learning not just to survive, but to grow, to become stronger than the Council had imagined. And the alien structure, pulsing faintly in the crater below, was a key to a future no one else could foresee. Then, one morning, the first signs of movement appeared in orbit. Small ships, barely visible on the scanners, approached the planet. Scouts from a distant alien race, curious and cautious, were investigating anomalies near the fringe worlds. Alara watched the blips on the screen. "They're close," she said, "but we are ready." The humans had learned to move faster, think quicker, and adapt in ways others could not. They prepared defensive measures, but Alara knew the true strength of humanity lay not in weapons alone. It lay in creativity, determination, and unity. As the alien scouts descended, the humans revealed themselves, not with aggression but with ingenuity. Drones illuminated the skies, projecting patterns that confused sensors. Ships moved with speed and precision, avoiding detection. And in the heart of the crater, the ancient structure thrummed with energy, a silent promise of power waiting to be unlocked. Alara's eyes sparkled. "We are outcasts," she whispered, "but soon we will be something more." For the first time in decades, humans were not just surviving. They were planting the seeds of a secret empire, hidden at the edges of the galaxy, ready to grow stronger while the rest of the universe slept, unaware of the storm that was coming. And so, on a lonely planet at the edge of known space, abandoned by the Council, humanity began its quiet revolution. The first steps were small, but every invention, every discovery, every act of courage brought them closer to a destiny the galaxy would never see coming. Alara turned back to the colony, to her people, and smiled. They had been underestimated, dismissed, and outcast. But humans had a way of proving that even the most unlikely survivors could forge a future that no one else could imagine. In the shadow of the stars, humanity's story was only beginning. The colony of Ardent Prime had grown in ways no one outside the fringe worlds could imagine. Beneath the twin suns, domes sparkled with activity. Humans moved like ants in a hive, building, repairing, and exploring. The alien structure in the crater had become their focus. Each day, scientists pushed its boundaries, trying to understand its secrets. Captain Alara Miles stood in the main observation tower, overlooking the busy colony. Engineers were guiding drones across the crater, while soldiers monitored the perimeter. "It's remarkable," said Dr. Hana Vey, joining her. "The structure is more than a power source. It's a gateway, maybe even a map to parts of the galaxy no one has visited in centuries." Alara's eyes narrowed. "If we can figure out how it works, we can move faster, see farther, and settle where others can't. The Council never imagined humans would survive here, let alone thrive." Hana nodded. "They won't see us coming." And that was the advantage of being outcasts. The galaxy had written humanity off, assuming the exiles were weak, scattered, and struggling. But humans were quietly weaving a web of settlements, networks, and knowledge. They were learning, adapting, and growing in ways no one else dared. Over the next months, the human colonies in the Nareth system multiplied. Small scout ships and drones established hidden outposts on nearby asteroids and moons. Each outpost was a hub of research, communication, and resource gathering. Supplies moved invisibly between colonies using stealth technology developed by humans. Alien species never noticed. Meanwhile, the alien structure in the crater had begun to reveal its secrets. It hummed and pulsed, responding to human presence. Hana and her team discovered that it could manipulate gravitational fields, generate energy in vast amounts, and potentially create shortcuts across space. "This could change everything," Hana said during a briefing. "We can reach distant systems in days instead of years. Colonies could expand far faster than any known civilization." Alara leaned back in her chair, a small smile on her face. "Exactly, but we need to be careful. The Council doesn't forgive, and other species could notice changes in gravity or energy patterns. For now, we remain hidden." It was a lesson humans had learned long ago. Secrecy was survival. While other species built empires openly, humans thrived in shadows, unnoticed, underestimated, and underestimated again. And yet, their power grew quietly, steadily, like a river carving through stone. In one hidden colony, a young engineer named Rin Voss discovered a way to link the alien structure with human starships. By tapping into the energy waves, ships could move faster than ever before, slipping through uncharted space undetected. When Rin demonstrated the prototype to Alara, she felt a rush of excitement. "This is more than speed," she said. "This is freedom. This is how humanity can survive, expand, and thrive without anyone stopping us." But not everything was smooth. As humans expanded, they faced challenges that tested their ingenuity. Some colonies struggled with the harsh climate of their worlds. Dust storms, acid rains, and extreme temperatures forced humans to innovate constantly. Others faced strange alien creatures that stalked their outposts at night, curious or hungry. Yet humans adapted. They built shields, crafted traps, and studied their environment. They learned to predict storms, harvest rare minerals, and defend themselves efficiently. Every failure became a lesson, every challenge a step forward. In the midst of this growth, Alara noticed the emergence of a new threat, rumors from distant systems of a mysterious human presence. Some alien species whispered about human-built ships moving faster than thought possible, about colonies appearing where no one had seen life before. "They're noticing us," said Lieutenant Kieran Torres during a briefing. Not yet enough to find us directly, but the Council might take interest soon. Alara nodded thoughtfully. Let them watch. Let them fear what they don't understand. We'll continue to grow, quietly and carefully, until we're strong enough to show them the future of humanity. The human colonies had another advantage beyond technology: unity. Unlike many galactic species, humans worked together, sharing knowledge and resources. Leaders emerged not by power alone, but by wisdom, courage, and innovation. Scientists, engineers, soldiers, and diplomats all collaborated to ensure that every colony thrived. During one council simulation, Hana proposed a bold idea. We can use the alien structure not only for travel but for defense. We can create gravitational shields, redirect energy waves, and confuse sensors. No fleet will know what hit them if they come looking. Alara smiled. Exactly, but we must be patient. One wrong move and the Council, or someone else, could destroy everything we've built. Patience was difficult. Humans were known for their curiosity, their boldness, and their willingness to take risks. Yet in the shadows of the outer systems, patience became a strategy. Growth, expansion, and understanding came first. Confrontation came later. Meanwhile, Rin's team successfully tested the first prototype of a faster-than-known space ship. It vanished from sensors as it entered a short wormhole created by the alien structure, only to appear hundreds of light-years away moments later. The implications were staggering. Humans could reach distant systems in secret, establish colonies, and gather resources faster than any known civilization. The first long-range test was tense. A ship carrying a crew of humans navigated the wormhole, racing through uncharted space. Sensors flickered, alarms chimed, and every heartbeat felt like an eternity. But when the crew emerged, they found themselves in a lush, uninhabited system, rich with minerals, water, and potential habitats. Alara received the report and allowed herself a rare moment of pride. Humanity had done what no one else could. It had turned exile into opportunity, invisibility into advantage. As months turned into years, humans quietly expanded into multiple star systems. Each colony was self-sufficient yet connected through a hidden network. Communication between colonies relied on stealth transmissions, drones, and human ingenuity. No alien power knew the extent of human reach, but with growth came responsibility. Colonies needed governance, resources had to be balanced, and young leaders needed guidance. Alara appointed regional governors, all of whom shared humanity's core values: creativity, resilience, and cooperation. Even as they grew, humans never forgot the lesson of exile. They remained humble in one sense, careful not to reveal their full strength too early. They learned patience, observation, and strategy. While the galaxy assumed humans were scattered survivors, the truth was far different. Humanity was quietly building an empire, one hidden colony at a time. Yet not all humans agreed on secrecy. Some young engineers, soldiers, and explorers questioned why they hid from the galaxy. They wanted recognition, respect, and power. Alara and Hana counseled them carefully. Strength without wisdom is dangerous, Alara explained. The Council fears us because they don't understand us. If we reveal ourselves too soon, they will destroy what we've built. Patience, creativity, and unity will give humanity the advantage. The Council's underestimation became humanity's greatest ally. Every alien species assumed humans were weak, desperate, and vulnerable. Every observation underestimated their intelligence, resourcefulness, and resilience. Humans thrived in the shadows, learning, expanding, and preparing. And then, one day, a breakthrough changed everything. The alien structure responded to human manipulation in ways no one anticipated. It hummed, vibrated, and produced a network of energy fields, linking distant colonies and ships instantaneously. This is no longer just travel, Hana said in awe. It's communication, defense, and mobility all in one. Humans could become invisible to sensors across vast distances or strike with precision wherever needed. Alara's eyes gleamed. We are no longer just survivors. We are pioneers. Outcasts, yes, but the future belongs to us. From that moment, humanity's hidden empire accelerated. Colonies expanded faster, ships traveled farther, and young explorers mapped uncharted systems. Humans learned to harness the alien structure's energy to power entire cities, defend against threats, and communicate across light years in real time. The galaxy, unaware of the outcast's true power, continued on, oblivious to the storm quietly forming at its edges. Alien scouts occasionally passed near human colonies, noting strange energy readings but never discovering the source. Every misstep in the galaxy became a lesson for humans, every threat an opportunity to grow stronger. One evening, as the twin suns set over Ardent Prime, Alara walked among her people. Soldiers trained, children played, engineers debated, and scientists studied the stars. Humanity was no longer desperate, fearful, or powerless. They were resilient, creative, and unstoppable. Alara paused on a ridge overlooking the colony and whispered to herself, "The galaxy thinks we are outcasts. They think we are weak, but they have no idea. Humanity will rise, quietly, patiently, and stronger than anyone could imagine." In the shadows of forgotten star systems, humans had turned exile into strategy. They had forged a hidden empire, one colony, one ship, and one innovation at a time. And though the galaxy did not yet know it, humanity was ready to step from the shadows and shape the stars. The story of the outcasts had become a story of strength. And the next chapter, the emergence of humanity's empire, was only beginning. The quiet of Ardent Prime was broken one morning by a signal that spread across the human colonies like a spark through dry grass. A galactic crisis had erupted in the neighboring systems, a chain reaction of collapsing star colonies caused by a massive energy fluctuation from an unstable star. Entire civilizations were on the brink of disaster. Captain Alara Miles watched the reports with a calm, measured gaze. "This is our chance," she said. "We can't ignore it. Humanity may have hidden for decades, but we cannot allow the galaxy to collapse while we remain in the shadows." The Council had underestimated humans for years. They had assumed the outcasts were scattered, weak, and unprepared. But the truth was the opposite. Hidden colonies, advanced ships, and untapped technology had made humanity a force unlike any other. Alara called a meeting with the leaders of all human colonies. The council room in the central dome hummed with quiet energy. Scientists, strategists, engineers, and soldiers gathered around a holographic map of the crisis zones. "We can help them," Alara said. "Not just to save lives, but to show the galaxy what humans can do when we combine creativity with courage. We strike carefully, precisely, and decisively. We save those who can be saved and protect our people at the same time." The room was silent for a moment. Then Dr. Hana Vey spoke. "The alien structure can help us. We can create energy corridors to stabilize collapsing systems, redirect power from other stars, and transport aid faster than any fleet in the galaxy could." Alara nodded. "Exactly. We will act as a hidden guardian. And when the time comes, we will step into the light." Preparations began immediately. Ships were equipped with advanced energy converters powered by the alien structure. Engineers worked tirelessly to synchronize multiple colonies, creating a network capable of instantaneous communication and coordination. Humans who had once been exiles were now organizers, leaders, and strategists. The first mission was to stabilize a star on the verge of supernova. A small fleet, piloted by humans and equipped with alien-derived technology, approached the star system. The Council's fleets were too far away, too slow, and too cautious to respond in time. Lieutenant Kieran Torres monitored the operation from the flagship Odyssey. "Energy levels are fluctuating," he reported. "We need to channel more power." Alara's voice was steady. Focus on the core. Rin, activate the gravitational stabilizers. Hana, adjust the energy flow. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do. The team worked with precision. Ships hovered near the unstable star, projecting energy shields and redirecting the star's violent plasma flows. The alien structure, linked to every ship and station, hummed with power. Slowly the star stabilized. Stabilization complete, Hana announced. We've bought time for the system. Across the galaxy, observers from other species noticed something extraordinary. A system on the brink of destruction had suddenly stabilized. Ships reported strange energy patterns, precise interventions, and a force that no one could identify. The rumor spread quickly. Something, or someone, was helping the galaxy from the shadows. Alara and her team didn't stop there. Multiple missions followed. Star systems threatened by supernovae, collapsing energy cores, and rogue black holes were stabilized by humans moving through unseen corridors. Each intervention was precise, efficient, and invisible to the Galactic Council. Humanity's empire remained hidden, but the galaxy began to feel its presence. Slowly, admiration, curiosity, and even fear replaced the indifference that had once marked humans as mere outcasts. Meanwhile, within the human colonies, leadership and unity strengthened. Governors coordinated relief efforts. Engineers developed new ships capable of faster-than-light travel through alien energy corridors, and scientists continued to study the ancient structure, uncovering even more potential. Rin Voss, now a leading engineer, made a breakthrough. "We can do more than travel," he said excitedly. "We can build entire fleets in secret, teleporting them across vast distances instantly. The Council will never anticipate it." Alara's smile was calm but fierce. "Then we will be ready. Humanity has been underestimated for too long. Now it's time the galaxy sees our true strength." It was not long before contact became unavoidable. A small fleet from the Galactic Council, investigating the mysterious energy surges, entered Ardent Prime's sector. Sensors detected the human colonies for the first time. Alara's team prepared carefully. "We will not attack," she said. "We show them what humans can do and why they should respect us." When the Council fleet approached, humans revealed themselves, not with aggression, but with precision and intelligence. Ships materialized from hidden wormholes, energy fields stabilized, and advanced technology created awe and confusion among the Council forces. The Council commander, observing the humans' coordination, called a halt. "Who are these beings?" he demanded. "They've acted faster than any fleet in history and with perfect efficiency." Alara's voice came over the comms, calm, firm, and proud. "We are humanity. Outcasts once, yes, but survivors, innovators, and protectors now. You underestimated us, but we have thrived in the shadows. The galaxy is stronger when we are part of it." The Council fleet hesitated. They had expected humans to be scattered, disorganized, and weak. Instead, they saw coordination, strategy, and advanced technology that no one had imagined. The revelation changed everything. Reports of human interventions in multiple systems spread quickly. Species that had once dismissed humans as weak now approached cautiously, seeking alliances, guidance, and protection. Within the colonies, celebrations were quiet but meaningful. Humanity had emerged from exile not with war, but with wisdom, ingenuity, and courage. Children played under the domes, engineers continued their innovations, and scientists studied the stars, knowing their species had changed the course of the galaxy forever. Alara and Hana stood on the observation ridge once again. The twin suns set in the sky, painting the domes in gold and red. "We've done more than survive," Hana said softly. "We've shown that humanity can lead, protect, and inspire." Alara nodded. "And this is only the beginning. We've built a hidden empire, yes, but the next step is to guide the galaxy, to teach, to protect, and to grow. Humans will not just be part of history, they will shape it." Plans were made to establish contact with willing species, offer aid to those in need, and expand human influence carefully and strategically. Secret colonies became hubs of diplomacy, science, and exploration. Even the alien structure, now fully understood, became a central tool. Humans used it to monitor star systems, stabilize energy flows, and move fleets across vast distances. The structure, once a mystery, had become humanity's greatest asset, a symbol of their ingenuity and determination. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries. They had thought exile would destroy them. They had thought isolation would weaken them. But humans had transformed adversity into strength, shadow into strategy, and exclusion into opportunity. And now, humanity was ready to step fully into the light, not as outcasts, but as architects of a new era. As Alara looked across the colony, she knew the story of humanity had reached a turning point. From the ashes of exile had risen a species capable of shaping the stars themselves. A species that had turned abandonment into opportunity, fear into respect, and secrecy into strength. The galaxy had been warned, quietly, carefully, and brilliantly. The storm of human innovation and courage was no longer hidden. The empire of the outcasts had emerged. And in the distance, among the stars, the future waited. Alara raised her hand to the sky, feeling the energy of countless systems humming in harmony. "This is our time," she whispered. "The galaxy underestimated us once. They will never do so again." The humans of Ardent Prime and all their hidden colonies stood ready, not as exiles, not as outcasts, but as the secret force that had quietly forged a new empire, a future in which humanity would not just survive but thrive, inspire, and lead. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, as if acknowledging a new chapter in galactic history. A chapter written not in conquest, but in courage, creativity, and unyielding human spirit. And so, humanity's hidden empire had emerged from the shadows, stronger than anyone had imagined, ready to shape the fate of the galaxy for generations to come.